Here are your Court News Ohio top stories in 5 minutes.
The Ohio Supreme Court ruled on February 18th that documents regarding homes of children with elevated lead levels are not public records. In a unanimous decision, the court affirmed a trial court's decision denying a Cuyahoga County law firm's public records request. The firm wanted 5,000 pages of records from the Cuyahoga County Board of Health regarding homes where elevated lead levels may have been detected. Before it came to the Supreme Court, the 8th District Court of Appeals reversed the trial court's ruling and ordered the health board to review each document, redact any protected health information, and release the rest. The Supreme Court, in its opinion, agreed with the trial court that certain health information is exempt if it identifies an individual or the information could be used to reveal a person's identity. The trial court will now review the records to determine if some of the information can be released in compliance with Ohio's Public Records Act.
The March 15th primary election will include 145 judicial races in the Ohio Supreme Court, Appeals, and Common Pleas Courts. The Judicial Votes Count website, created in November 2015, has been updated to provide voters with information about these candidates. Speaking to reporters in February, Ohio Supreme Court Chief Justice Maureen O'Connor said voters can click on their specific county to learn more about the candidates from their area.
This is a great resource here in the state of Ohio. It is our ultimate goal, of course, is to elevate meaningful voter participation levels in judicial elections. Easily 25% of the people that go to the polls in any given year don't vote for members of the judiciary.
Judicial Votes Count is a nonpartisan partnership launched to better educate Ohioans about judges and the Ohio court system. Chief Justice O'Connor said the website saw double-digit growth in the 3 days leading up to the last election.
A lot of people are doing a lot of research about the judiciary as it gets close to Election Day and on Election Day. And I think that's a good sign. You know, it doesn't matter if Ohioans are last-minute information seekers. It's still a good thing that they were able to locate a resource to become better informed. And I'm very pleased that our resource was that resource.
After the primary election, the website will again be updated for voters in November.
The Ohio Supreme Court and the Ohio Legal Assistance Foundation are reminding attorneys to report their pro bono activities used to help improve civil legal services to low-income Ohioans before the March 31st deadline. In January, attorneys received an email asking them to voluntarily report their pro bono activities with a link directing them to a reporting website to answer questions about last year's pro bono work, including financial contributions to organizations that provide legal services to persons of limited means. More than 3,500 Ohio attorneys have already reported their 2015 pro bono work. On an annual basis, the foundation compiles and reports the information collected. It will publish the results in June.
Reaching into his pants pocket, finding a nickel, and dropping it in a metal bucket when he was just a little boy is what former Columbus Mayor Michael Coleman remembers after listening to Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. speak at a function he attended with his family.
I felt like I made a difference, and I felt good about myself. That little nickel that made the big clang in the bottom of that metal bucket was going to make a difference. Here's how. It would help finance the next trip of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. to the next city. Just a nickel.
Speaking to high school students, visitors, and staff at the Thomas J. Moyer Ohio Judicial Center on February 17th for a Black History Month event, Coleman said he knew he wanted to make a difference at just 9 years old. To do that, he followed in the footsteps of his hero, former U.S. Supreme Court Justice Thurgood Marshall. Coleman said it was Justice Marshall who told him that having a law degree isn't enough.
Your life is measured by not the degree you hold or the position you hold in society. Your life is measured by what you do for others. And so that's stuck with me ever since. And so as I got out of law school, I said, I'm gonna do something of value, change the world. And it ended up that I was mayor for 16 years of this city. I tried to change it the best way I could.
As the attendees think about their careers or future aspirations, Coleman said to remember that whatever they decide to do is measured by what they do for others at the end of the day. That's a look at Court News Ohio's top stories. Visit courtnewsohio.gov for the latest headlines on Ohio's courts.